Givesy and version2.ai are solving nonprofit fundraising's biggest challenges by building the world's first fully autonomous fundraiser and digital gift documentation management system.
This is Matt from MGMT Boston. I am here with Ben Katz, the co-founder and CEO of HYBRD. We were going to do a little workout to start this off, but I have a family and I can't be injured, and we are at that stage of life now. So Ben is building a hybrid athletics platform. We're going to find out what he's working on, where they are at this moment in time, and we are at one of the elite athletic institutions in the greater Boston area, Harvard University. So Ben, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Pumped to be here.
First and foremost, what is HYBRD? What are you guys building?
So HYBRD is a mobile app specifically focused on helping athletes understand a holistic picture of their performance. And so to put that in context, I am wearing a Whoop, I'm wearing a Garmin, I was tracking my weightlifting on Hevy, I have a bike computer, I use Zwift, I use a Polar Heart Strap when I'm running. I have all this data in a bunch of different places, and in a given week, I run, lift, bike, swim, and do yoga. And getting a holistic picture of what is all of this different training actually doing to me, getting all that data into one place, tracking progress over time, et cetera, was impossible. And so I maintained a spreadsheet of my own workout tracking for over 2 years. And HYBRD is really the platform that actually takes all of those insights across all the tools that you're already using, puts them into one place, and then helps you understand where you can get better and how you're progressing over time.
Very cool and very helpful. Now, you all just graduated from Y Combinator, back in Boston, building the next phase of your startup. What does sort of this moment in time look like as we think about the spring and into the deeper part of 2025? What's going on at HYBRD?
Yeah, so we're still super early. We wrote the first line of code the very last week of September, so we're about 5 months in at this point.
Cool.
Our primary focus is really just how do we build something that our users love. And so on a daily basis, all 4 co-founders are writing code, we're talking to users, we're doing a bunch of research on what else is out there in the market, how are people training, what tools are they using, how can we be better. We're gearing up for a public launch in the next couple months, but there are certain criteria that we want both the product and the metrics to be at before we actually start to open up that funnel.
And we will link to that and post in the news feed when it does come out. Now, you've worked at Whoop before, then you led a growth team at Apex for sort of athletics and apps there. That's where we met. And now you've transitioned to being a founder and CEO at HYBRD. What's that been like? What are some of the learnings that you would pass back to up and coming operators thinking about that path, other first-time founders, or even founders more experienced that want to know what it's like to grow from 0 to 1 in 2025?
Yeah, definitely very fortunate to have worked in a lot of really high impact roles with really, really smart people to learn from and around me. I think that the things that have helped me get here are really an understanding and appreciation that it's really important to put the users first. You need to understand what is the problem that you're actively trying to solve and go at that problem from a bunch of different angles and figure out what is the optimal way to solve it. I think an easy way to put that in context is right now we're obviously in the age of AI, and a lot of different people are just slapping some AI feature into their product because it's the cool thing to do and they want to be able to use the buzzword. But AI isn't necessarily uniquely positioned to solve all of those problems. So figure out what is the problem to be solved, what is the job to be done, and then how do you actually build something that is going to do that? And so that's the first thing I would focus on. I think the second thing that was really hit home at Y Combinator was I personally always put YC founders up on a pedestal and was like, these guys are the best of the best. They're incredibly smart. I'm very, very fortunate to have gotten in and been able to participate. But I think the biggest takeaway for me was that you don't necessarily need to feel imposter syndrome when you're first starting out, because I had these people on a pedestal. I get in and I look around and none of us actually know what's going on. We're all just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Every day is an adventure. You oscillate between, wow, this is the best thing ever, and holy cow, what the hell am I doing, on pretty much a daily basis. So don't let that be the thing that stops you. Bias to action, go and play with the new AI tools, go and write code, go and talk to people that you can solve their problems, and just get after it.
Love it. Last but not least, how can we help you? How can we help HYBRD grow in Boston and beyond?
Yeah, so we want to build a community. Every Sunday morning in Boston at the Charlestown High School track, we host a workout club. It's usually some combination of running and cardio. We usually do 2 to 3 miles of running mixed in with some body weight workouts and sometimes some weighted lunges and sandbag things and things along those lines. We partner with the Boston High Rocks Club all the time there. We'd love for people to just come out, hit the workout, talk to us about how they train, and potentially try out the product and give us some feedback on how we can make it better.
That's a great idea. Charlestown, get after it. This has Ben from HYBRD, Matt from MGMT Boston in this episode of Lantern. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.